Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys event tour video. It's been a while since we've done one of these, but seeing as though Ryan was already at the event anyway, taking videos and pictures for the figure preview videos, we thought, why not showcase some of their awesome displays that they have set up for people who can visit this exhibition in person. So the first one was their Dark Side display. They had a second prototype of Revan, the other one is in a standalone case in another area of this event. Vader made an appearance, the Return of the Jedi version specifically. They have him standing on his smaller, round style display base. I think they didn't want to upset the flow of the whole cabinet by having him standing on that massive diorama thing. They did include some of their older releases like Count Dooku, the Emperor on Throne, really wish they'd reissue that guy because a lot of people missed out on him back in the day, and Darth Maul from Episode 1. Plus, Kylo Ren. This is specifically the Rise of Skywalker version. I know they're trying to celebrate all of the dark side characters with this display, but for me, it more so reads as though it's a Star Wars video game cabinet than anything else. Because we've got Revan and Starkiller, plus all of the other figures in this display are featured in Star Wars Battlefront. Next up, we have the absolutely monstrous Anakin Starfighter from Revenge of the Sith. For those thinking that Hot Toys are going to make this, I don't think that's going to happen. They showed this thing all the way back in 2021, I believe, maybe even 2019 actually. I saw it in person, it's huge. Their first prototype was made of foam. This one does look like it's made of some kind of vacuum-formed plastic with some molded pieces for the cockpit. So there is a chance that they'll put this into production. I don't think so. We never saw the N1, so this probably not very likely. But who knows, we'll just have to wait and see. Hot Toys' rep is that they show a lot of stuff, but they don't always make everything they show, and that's a pretty bad rep to have when you're a 1/6 scale figure company, and you're wanting people to buy into a line. This is one of those lines. It's Darth Vader from the Kenobi series, along with the Grand Inquisitor and Reva. Plus the other two Inquisitors that they are yet to announce, even though they did have pictures of them on the banners and flyers that were used to promote this event, making it seem like kinda sorta they were gonna happen. I still don't think that's a thing. We'll just have to wait with bated breath to see if Hot Toys quit teasing us and actually end up putting the last two Inquisitors up for pre-order. Ooh, some Ahsoka Series goodness. This display features the main villains that Hot Toys have made from the series. Say what you will about the show, I enjoyed parts of it, but the figures we're getting out of it are bloody brilliant. Shin, Balin, and Marok do fit the whole dark side vibe, although maybe not quite because they're not full-on Sith. Grand Admiral Thrawn and Captain Enoch, potentially not so much. They are villains, so I suppose we can let it slide. Not dark side, but still evil in a different way. I am worried about Thrawn's little table. It looks like it's sagging. Fingers crossed they iron out, see what I did there? Those issues for the final production version. If you have the Ahsoka series villains on pre-order, this cabinet should get you pretty darn hyped to have them fully assembled standing together. Because I know it sure as shit does that for me. I'm even hyped to get Marok, which is never something I thought I'd say, but seeing him in context has done it for me. We know for sure that we're getting the Night Trooper, and he looks great with the red bandages and the gold cracks. But the Death Trooper, who is new for this event, looks so much cooler. For those of you who don't know, the Death Trooper design is one of my all-time favorite Trooper designs. He's tall, he's lanky, he's imposing, and now you've got a creepy looking skull with the jaw wide open and the teeth missing, just peering out from underneath that cracked helmet. Fingers crossed they do decide to make this guy, because next to the Night Trooper, and seeing as though the Death Trooper comes with two different helmets, at least that's what they had him displayed with at the event, There is some real army building potential here. You can pick up multiples, you can remove the red bandages on some armor pieces, you can give him different weapons, and you can have some wearing the full helmet, whereas others will have the cracked helmet on. Now we move on to the quite compact Sith Clone Wars area of the event. You know who's missing from this little rule of two situation we've got going on here? I'd love to see a Clone Wars version of Count Dooku, General Grievous, of course, but most importantly, Savage Opress. How do we not have Savage? He was an absolute beast in the show. As for other figures from Clone Wars, but kinda sorta not really, they're technically from Ahsoka, we have the Mandalorian Super Commando, and we've got Captain Rex with his Phase 1 and Phase 2 looks. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out the figure preview video on Captain Rex. We go way more in depth with the photography, we look at all of the accessories and the interchangeable parts and pieces. In my display, I'm going to have these guys next to the other Clone Wars proper figures. I think that just makes the most sense. Speaking of Clone Wars proper, this is kinda sorta a mix of Ahsoka and Clone Wars. So the aesthetic does blend well. We have a new Bark Speeder, which I'm praying that they don't make because those things are enormous, featuring the new version of Clone Wars Anakin riding on it from Ahsoka, and the Padawan Ahsoka, also from the Ahsoka series. I have said Ahsoka way too many times. So yeah, screw it if you want to have your Ahsoka series live action figures next to a kind of live action Obi-Wan. He's got the Ewan McGregor head sculpt, but we haven't seen him portray General Kenobi in any kind of series or movie yet in live action. Fingers crossed that happens. Plus, alongside the ARF Trooper and the Bark Speeder with whichever clones you want to pop on there, just do it. I think it looks freaking awesome. Or you could go live action and ditch all of the other figures in the background, going with just Ahsoka and Anakin next to Captain Rex. However you want to do it, the figures are available. There are plenty of options out there now. We can mix and match, and we can create the best Clone Wars display possible. Okay, moving on to the Mandalorian side of the Dark Side event. IG-12 is looking like just one massive accessory pack, which is exactly how I'm treating him. To be totally honest, I completely forgot he existed. The same thing can be said for the Praetorian Guards. I'm glad that Hot Toys put this event together so that, yeah, we have a reminder that these figures actually exist. Not a new version of Chrome Mando, though. This is the original one from Season 2. A lot of people were speculating they were going to make another one without the weathering on him because we saw that figure pictured in some images alongside the pre-order announcements for these other characters. That never ended up happening, unfortunately, or fortunately for those who don't want another Chrome Mando in their display. These are some of the exclusives either for the event or that have already been released. I've reviewed the Umbra Operative ARC Trooper and he's awesome, but I haven't yet at the time of filming this video reviewed the Chrome Commander Cody. Why? Why do they make these Chrome figures? Please weigh in the comment section. Do you collect these Chrome figures or do you think they're just as ridiculous as I do? This, I don't think, is ridiculous. It's a reissue that was in stock at the event of the plain Return of the Jedi Stormtrooper, with the Death Star wall as a diorama backdrop that also lights up. Stormtroopers are one of those figures that I think Hot Toys should have in stock all the time at their retail stores. Nevertheless, they reissued him for the event. The final event exclusive is 000. BT1 is just a normal wide release, so he's on pre-order, whereas 000 was actually available in stock at the event. I do want to say a massive thank you one more time to Ryan Kirkwood for going out in person and snapping these gorgeous high-res pictures and videos that you've seen featured in this video. Show Ryan some love in the comments below. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button, if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.